Hey Pisces Collective, welcome to your quick session. Interested in a personal session? My email is located in my TikTok and YouTube bio. We're going to get straight into the most important lesson I love for you at this time with some advice. Remember to take the messages as they apply for you because not one size fits all here. You have heart to heart conversations, honestly discuss your feelings with each other. You also have codependency. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. Now, the energy I'm picking up on are two energies here, okay? You have an independent energy and then you have a stubborn, egotistical energy, okay? Now, two people here are holding back from each other of what they really want to say, and I'm getting this is a turning point in you two's connection, okay? Um, I'm getting like the more feminine energy, whether man or woman, y'all put yourself where it goes, but the more feminine energy here is allowing the divine to take over, allowing time to present whatever circumstance shall prevail. Okay, the more feminine energy wants to have an honest heart to heart conversation, but the more feminine energy is also aware of the games that's being played in this dynamic. Okay, and hence why the more feminine energy is allowing divine timing to take its place and to do whatever is meant to be done. I'm getting that this more feminine energy wants reciprocity, but they're also willing to allow the circumstances and the situation to unfold naturally and go the way it's meant to go. Because I'm getting some sort of level up and development within this more feminine energy, regardless of how the circumstance goes here. Now, with the more masculine energy, I'm getting the more masculine energy has fallen into similar familiar energy that they're used to falling into. You know, like when this masculine energy gets defensive or feel a little too vulnerable, they fall into guarded mode. They instinctively put up a blockage, okay? And I'm getting that is what's going on here. We have this masculine energy juggling back and forth with the decision of should I communicate, should I say this, or should I just hold back? Should I just so this masculine energy is fighting more so with their ego and their actual heart. So it's like they want to say something, they want to communicate, they want to express something, but they're in the momentum of just watching and keeping tabs rather than actually speaking up and taking action. Okay, so I'm getting like Pisces, this is a moment of truth for you and your connection at this time. Um, and it's more so about waiting to see if the masculine is going to step up and take a different route than what their normal route is. You know, are you ready to step up and really stand up to the plate and do things differently than what you've normally been doing them? Or do you want to fall back, or are you willing to allow yourself to fall back into the same defense mode or into the same patterns that you've been falling into before, which determines how the connection moves forward or determines how circumstances go moving forward. So I'm getting like this is more so about waiting to see what choice the masculine is choosing to make at this time. And that's going to determine the dynamic of the connection moving forward. You know, is it going to be a new beginning? Is it going to be something different, or is it going to be over? Is it done? Is it just the same repeated cycle, the same repeated habits and patterns? So you got the more feminine energy here waiting for a heart to heart conversation, or at least wanting a heart to heart conversation, but they're still leveling up and developing in their own way. And then you have the masculine energy here that is codependent right now upon egotistical energy. Like they're just sitting in ego right now. They're more invested than they're letting on. You know, they're more their emotions are more invested than they're speaking on. Okay, so this is where that ego is coming to play a part. So as far as your biggest lesson Pisces, it depends on what side of the spectrum you fall on. Are you the masculine? Are you the feminine? Okay, if you are more of the feminine energy, you're being advised to just allow the situation to play out naturally, okay, to see what happens and move accordingly going from there. All right. If you're more of the masculine, you're being advised, of course, to not be so codependent on your ego, because your ego will have you alone, okay, in life. Your ego will have you in situations that you're not going to want to be in. So this is more so a lesson about you allowing not only your ego to play a part, but more so allowing your ego to take more of a back seat and allow your heart to open up more so that you can become more truthful and authentic in your connections moving forward, because your ego will have you making decisions and that feel right in the moment, and then have you looking back on those same decisions and circumstances later on in life wondering, damn, I should have chose differently, I should have moved differently, I should have said something. Okay, so it's up to you. If you want a life of regrets and you don't mind it, fine. If you don't, it's time to change. Okay, as far as the advice, you have deception. Someone is wearing a false self mask in this relationship, and that's exactly what's going on. Somebody is not being true to themselves. So that means they're not being able to show up and be true for someone else. If you can't be truthful with how you feel in your own world, how do you expect for you to be able to show up and be truthful for somebody else? It's not going to happen. Some way, shape, or form, you're going to wind up deceiving them, and the mask eventually is going to fall off. And depending on the person you're dealing with, it depends on how the circumstance will go moving forward. But if you want more of a stable, secured, solid foundation, Pisces, you have to be willing to open up those emotions of yours. You have to be willing to be vulnerable with the one you want to be vulnerable with. If not, you're just going to keep finding yourself in circumstances that are hot and cold. You're going to keep having hot and cold connections. You know, one day you're good, the next day, uh, you're going to find yourself going through the same patterns, repeating the same habits with the same energies, even if they're from different people. Okay, so this is more so about you getting to choose the life you want for you. You getting to choose the beginnings that you want. You getting to choose, is this the end of you playing around? Is this the end of the games for you? Or do they still continue? You know, because you're not able to go into solid connections when you have half-ass energy. I say that with love and respect, but I'm also going to tell you the truth. You're not going to be able to sustain anything that's worth having if you keep playing games. Because nobody's going to bring you serious energy or take you serious if you don't even take yourself serious. Okay? Treat people how you want to be treated and vice versa. All right? So this is more so about you get to choose. Do you want to stay in solitude and stubbornness and ego and just continue to pretend to focus on your money like that's all that matters, when in reality you really want something real? Do you want to keep allowing yourself to be deceived by you and your own thoughts? You thinking that you're better off alone when you really value love, you really value a solid connection, right? So why are you playing games? You literally are being handed the opportunity to have what you want. It's literally something that's right in your face, but it's a new chapter for you. I get that you may be a little scared. I get that you may, not understand how to move forward because it's unfamiliar territory. But listen, it's doable. You just got to be willing to do things that you've never done before. You have to be willing to show up and do things differently so you can get to a different avenue. Because if you keep showing up on the same street, you're going to see the same things. If you keep showing up doing the same things, playing the same games, you're going to receive the same prizes. So it's more so about you making a decision to remain solid and truthful within yourself so that you can show up in connections and be solid and truthful for them. New beginning or the same shit. You get to choose. Okay? I hope this helps you, Pisces. I'm wishing you nothing but the best. Wishing you love, peace, life, and more blessings. Stay prayed up, stay careful and cautious and dangerous at the same time. Till next time, we'll meet back here again soon at the same place, maybe not the same time. Wishing you the best. Bye, Pisces.